leave because I finished my cold brew. But anyway, glad you're here. Glad that the sun is peeking out. Maria, man, your prayers have weight, apparently. The sun's coming out, praying for the good weather. Just so good to be together. And I'm so thankful for the dynamic here at the pasture. I tell people all the time that the pasture is a pastor's demographic dream. Because we've got, I'm going to be careful, older, wiser, saintly types here. Robin, I wasn't talking about you. Where are you? I heard him cackling. Snack master. And we've got tons of young families and amazing kids. It's just a beautiful thing. And so when we have a fifth Sunday, we like to celebrate that in a special way and enjoy family worship together. All right, kids, I know you've been doing a lot of exercise this morning, a lot of up and down. I'm going to invite you to come back up to the stage. Would y'all, all you kids, come on back up here? Would you? Just come right on up here. Find a place to sit. Don't touch the instruments. I shouldn't have said that. All right, come on up. You can come all the way up. It's just us. Let's not pay any attention to the old people. Let's just you guys and me. You can, hey, Bowie, how are you, bud? Good to see you. Come on up, have a seat. Everybody, come on. You guys are good. Plenty of space up here. You know, we've been talking about this year as a church a couple of themes, right? Engagement being one, and encouragement being the other. Right? So we've talked a lot about engagement so far this year. You guys can have a seat. You look amazing, all of you, all dressed up. Are you sugared up? No sugar this morning? I'm not even going to fix that, sorry. But anyway, we've been talking a lot about engagement this year, and I want to focus this morning on encouragement. And the text is a familiar text, okay? Ephesians 4:32. You probably maybe memorized this at some point. Maybe you kids have memorized this. If not, this would be a good one to memorize. But here's what the Apostle Paul says to the church at Ephesus, okay? He says this: be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. You guys up for a little quiz? Can I give you a little quiz this morning? All right, I want you all to turn around and look at the screen. Would you put that first slide up there for me, Miss Rachel? Does anybody know what river this is? Raise your hand. Can you tell me? Say again? Not the Chicago River. That's still green, I think. I don't know. Somebody else, you know what the river is? It's in St. Louis. That's the Arch, yes. It's in St. Louis. You're getting closer. The St. Louis River, right? It's in St. Louis. What's that? It's a lake. It's a river. It's a big, long word. The mighty. There you got it. The Mississippi River. Right? That's the Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis. You all recognize that, right? You been to St. Louis? Yeah. You Cardinals fans? That's okay. You got time to come to Jesus. It's okay. Right? You go to... I just split the church. Sorry. You been to the zoo down there? They got kind of a nice zoo down there. Right? Lots of things down there to do and see. All right. Can you put the second slide up? I'm going to show you another picture here. All right. Does anybody know what river that is? No clue? For real? Anybody? Want to guess? It's the Lake River. It's kind of pretty, right? Think there's any fish in that? What do you think? It's a river with trees and stuff? Yeah, that's kind of... What do you think, Bowie? Rocks. It's not the Rock River. There is a Rock River, though. Would you believe it if I told you that was the Mississippi River? It is. It is. That's the same river that flows past the arch down in St. Louis. Now, this picture is taken in what we call the headwaters of the Mississippi River, which is in Itasca State Park in the state of Minnesota, where it's still winter. Okay? Isn't it amazing that that big river that was flowing in front of the arch is this same river? All of that water that was flowing in front of the arch once flowed right here. Isn't that amazing to you? It's amazing. It's amazing. And so when I think about encouragement, Bo, are you going to help me preach this one? That'd be good. When I think about encouragement, sometimes when we think encouragement, we think in big terms. We think, can you do the hand motions? Like give them a... There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, buddy. He's ready. He's ready. Now make sure those pants stay up. That'd be embarrassing for both of us. Good job. You're doing great. Sometimes when we think about encouragement, we think, oh, I've got to do this, or I've got to have vast spiritual knowledge or vast spiritual experience in life to be able to come alongside of somebody and to encourage them. I want to challenge us this morning with the headwaters of encouragement. Maybe you're an encourager like the Mississippi River in St. Louis, flowing big and strong, and you've got this, and you're gifted at encouragement. Maybe you've not really ever thought about encouraging others. But it starts somewhere, and it doesn't have to be complicated, right? And I think what the Apostle Paul says to us in Ephesians 4, verse 32, is what we can look at and say, these are the headwaters of our mission to encourage each other. Okay, so I'm going to break it down into 3 simple traits that we want to nurture. You guys writing this stuff down? This is good. Okay? No? Okay. Just remember it for a second. And I've got a gift for you at the end if you pay close attention. I'm going to give you a clue. Okay? All right, so here are the 3 simple traits. You kids ready? Yeah. The first one is this: kindness. Kindness. What do you think it means to be kind? What do you think? Very good. You treat people the way you want to be treated. That's great. What do you think? That's great. So when somebody's mean to you, you show them how it actually should be, and you show them kindness. Were you reading my notes? I'm just curious. What do you think? You got some ideas?
Like, kindness is something like if someone gets hurt, then you can like help them get bandages and
Yeah.
help them.
If somebody's hurt, you bandage them up. That's a very good way to put it. Anybody else got, what's your thought? What do you think kindness is? Not hurting people? Right. That's good. That's good. Kindness. You got one? Don't hit. That sounds like a direct quote. Right? How many of you, your mom and dad, maybe have ever said to you, hey, play sweet with each other? Anybody ever hear that from mom and dad? No. Yeah? Anybody ever hear, don't hit? No. Right? Now, when I was a kid, my little sister, she's here. Oh, you brought your sleepy husband with you today. Hey, Benj. How are you, brother? So, wake up. Get him a cold brew or something. Keep him awake during the sermon. So, my sister Kelly, who's younger than me, when we were both pretty young, she was really young, she used to bite me all the time. Right? How mean is that your sister would bite you? Right? Your sister ever bite you? Right? And so, my mom was a baby Christian, so here was her theological upgrade on wisdom for me. Bite her back. Bite her back. And I couldn't do it. I was just kind, I guess. So kindness is interacting with others with a sweet and generous disposition. Now, those are a lot of big words for you young ones, but you've already defined it. We're kind. When somebody's hurting, we help, right? We want to encourage people that way. So, when we think about examples of kindness, anybody have somebody be kind to them this week in a special kind of way that you want to tell me about it? Was somebody kind to you? You know what? I should have this microphone because you don't like the microphone, do you? You do? Yeah. Was somebody kind to you? What did they do that was kind?
They asked me if it's not on.
Is it on? I think it should be. They usually shut mine off. No, I think it's on. Hold it right up there.
They were.
Are we on?
They asked me if they could go to my house, and then I said I don't know. Let me ask my mom, but then she wasn't here, so then they asked their mom.
Yeah, okay, so somebody invited you to their house. That was kind. Was somebody kind to you? Tim, do we have this or no? The green light's on, but I get that a lot. The green light's on, but nobody's home. So go ahead.
My dad planned a vacation, and he let us go on it.
Your dad let you go on vacation with the family? That's so kind of him. That's so kind of him. Anybody else? Somebody show you kindness this week? Okay. How we doing, Bowie? Everybody's good? You want to say something?
Yeah. My mom and my dad's in jail.
Okay. True confessions. We're sorry about that. Okay? Okay, for kindness. Nobody was kind after all? Everybody's kind to you because you're just so, huh?
Share.
Oh, people shared with you. That's kindness. Very good. It's good to be kind, and that's part of encouraging. Here's another trait that we want to nurture in you kids. Compassion. Now, we talked about compassion with the adults last week. Compassion is loving people. It's showing deep-seated mercy and pity for people. It's being sympathetic. It's being empathetic. It's being tender. Let me ask you a question. Some of you have kind of already answered this. How do you feel in your heart when you see somebody that's hurting? How do you feel? How do you feel when you see somebody's hurting? Say again? Sorry. You feel sorry for them. Okay. What else do you feel when you see somebody hurting? Go ahead.
Sorry for them and nervous for them.
Okay. Sorry and nervous for them sometimes. Yeah, what else?
Sometimes sad for them and sometimes care for them.
Yeah, okay, so you feel sad, but then that makes you want to care for them. Very good, very good. All right, you guys being kind? I thought so. Very good. So compassion is really looking out for others. It's being concerned for other people. Are you guys concerned for other people? Yeah? Not really? Right? Next time we'll talk about honesty because you guys got that one down, okay? We need to be compassionate and show mercy and pity to other people. So when you're playing with your brothers and sisters and they do something and maybe they get hurt, how should you feel? Like, yeah, better you than me? No, how should you feel? You should feel sorry for them. You should feel compassion for them. Now, the opposite of feeling sorry is having kind of this callous, hard heart against them. Maybe you don't really care that they got hurt. Maybe you don't really care about their situation. Okay, that's the opposite of compassion. We want to be kind and we want to be compassionate. Here's the third one, and then I'm going to let you guys sit down. Okay? Grace. Grace. Does anybody know what grace is?
I know.
Do you? What's grace?
Grace's dad passed away.
Grace's dad passed away? Okay. That was their dog? The dog, your dog named Grace passed away. I'm sorry for that, Bowie. What is grace? If we show grace to somebody, what are we showing? Do you know?
We're showing kindness
we're showing kindness and caring. Yeah, even when somebody doesn't deserve it. Does everybody that you get in touch with and play with, do they deserve kindness from you? Sometimes they're mean to you. What do you do when they're mean to you? You push them, right? No, you not be mean. That's it. You want a definition of grace? Somebody's mean to you, not be mean. That's a good definition of grace. When somebody wrongs us or hurts us, the Apostle Paul tells us that we need to show forgiveness. And forgiveness isn't just an action. Forgiveness is a spirit. And adults, I'll tell you this, you know this already, but we need reminded that a spirit of forgiveness will set you free, right? Now, as young kids, the concept of, boy, be careful, I don't want you to knock the drums over or anything. The concept of forgiveness maybe is a little bit foreign, but when we grow older, we have a tendency to hold on to our hurts. Do you? I do. We want to hold on to that. We want to hold it against somebody. But when somebody wrongs us, we show them grace. We demonstrate a spirit of forgiveness. So, when we talk about encouragement, we don't have to get all fancy and complicated with it. We simply need to show three things. Let's see if we remember. What are the three things? Bowie, help me out with this. Where are you at? There you are. What are the three things? The first one is kindness. Very good. What's the second one? Compassion. Very good. What's the third one? Grace. You guys got this. Awesome. Awesome. All right, parents. I'm going to have you stand one more time, and Miss Jill has a little gift for you guys. All the cool kids are wearing these little wristband things, right, including me. So you can get a wristband for Miss Jill and then go sit with your parents. Go sit with your parents. Parents, while they're coming down to find you, I want to mention something that I think will be a help. It's already been announced, the Bible study associated with it, but our vision at the pasture is not necessarily to isolate our kids and get them a master's degree in theology in 40 minutes on a Sunday morning. We provide some ministry to the kids, but you know, if you've been here long, that if you choose to keep your kids in the worship service with you, we encourage that. That's because we are family first in our philosophy. I would rather equip you as parents to do the work of discipling your children than to tell you, don't try this at home, leave it to the trained professionals in 40 minutes on a Sunday. You need to engage with your kids. You need to be the one making disciples of your kids. You say, Mick, that sounds daunting. That sounds overwhelming. Guess what? You'd be right. It is. We've raised 4 adult children. And my anxiety is so high this morning, I just about can't stand it. Right? 2 of my kids are here. It's the other 2 I'm talking about. Right? But we want to provide encouragement for you and resources for you to help you in your mission, your God-given responsibility and privilege of making disciples out of your children. And so what we have for you in the lobby as you leave today is this book called Disciple Them Like Jesus. It's a fantastic little book. It's an easy read. Man, I'm sorry there's no pictures to color, but maybe your wife could read this to you at night. I don't know. And coinciding with this resource is a Bible study, and inside of each book, as you pick one up on the way out, one per family if we could please, there is a bookmark that has the dates of the upcoming study and discussion that goes along with the book. So I want to just encourage you again to take full advantage of this resource. We try to provide a good resource every Family Worship Sunday so that you have the tools that you need to do the job that God has given to you. So that's the little commercial midway through this sermon. I just want to finish up this morning talking to all of us, not just the kids, of course, about the things that keep our river of encouragement from flowing. And I won't be long, but I think this is a good reminder for us. And again, these aren't things that we aren't already familiar with. These aren't things that we've never experienced. We know this. We just need to be reminded. What keeps me personally from being an encourager? What keeps us from a church from being an encouraging church? I think this is an amazingly encouraging church, by the way. But what is it that keeps that river flowing? What are the things actually that would keep the river from flowing? Let's talk about that for a second. Maybe you struggle with encouragement because you have an inordinate affection for yourself. You say, wow, Mick, turn the corner. That sounds really harsh. That's not kind. That's not compassionate. No, I assure you it's compassionate, but it's the truth. When I'm least encouraging, I'm most consumed with me. Is that your testimony? Have you noticed that when you're focused on self, when it's all about you, that it's hard to be about others? It's hard to be an encourager to others. The world tells us that we should love ourselves first. And that sounds great, doesn't it? That sounds like maybe something that we should do. Or you can't love others until you love yourself. We hear that. The problem is it's not in the Bible. What Jesus has called us to is faithful love that's directed toward Him first and foremost. And secondly, to kindness that's directed toward others. To encouragement that's directed toward others. Some of us in this room this morning are struggling with encouraging because you can't see anything but yourself. That will stop up the river. That will keep the river from flowing. Here's another thing that sometimes keeps our rivers of encouragement from flowing. Unhealthy and sustained rumination on the wrongs of others. Has anybody in here ever been wronged by another? I don't even need to ask for a show of hands because I know it's true of you. Somebody at some point has done you wrong. Some of you are shackled because you cannot get past the wrongs that have been done to you. I'm just telling you, you need to let that thing go. I'm just telling you this morning that you will find freedom in a spirit of forgiveness. You say, Mick, well, what happened? What they did, it wasn't right. It wasn't just. It wasn't fair. I get it. Or maybe you're thinking, well, they're getting away with it. And the flesh screams for justice. Let it go. Just let it go. Find freedom in a spirit of forgiveness. Holding on to wrongs leads us to bitterness. It leads us to revenge. It leads us to personal bondage. And it's hard to be an encourager when the poison of an unforgiving spirit is pulsating through your veins. Here's the third and final thing that will stem the flow of your river of encouragement this morning. Blindness to the kindness and compassion and grace that God has shown to us. We want to follow Jesus. It's not about following a set of religious rules here. It's not about doing things that cause people to think that we're more spiritual than we really are. We follow the example of Jesus Christ. And we look at the way that He loves. We look at the way that He's forgiven. We look at the sacrifice that He made so that you and I could have relationship with Him forever. That's the model. That's the model. And some of us this morning struggle with encouragement because we've forgotten how much God has loved us, how much grace He has extended to us, and the compassion with which He treats us day in and day out. We've gone blind to that. And when you can't see that from God on your own life, you're going to have a hard time translating that in the form of encouragement into the life of somebody else. So, let's be encouragers. Let's let the headwaters, the simple things like kindness and compassion and grace, become the mighty Mississippi rivers of the Christian walk. Let's start right here within our own home, right here at church. Let's be kind and gracious and compassionate to each other. And then let's let that translate to the world around us. Being kind and compassionate and gracious to the people that we rub shoulders with day in and day out, no matter what context God puts us in. It's a simple message. You say, well, you got to keep it simple for the kids. You do, but you got to keep it even simpler for the adults. We have a hard time grasping this. We want to be an encouraging church. So, make it a point this week to extend some kindness, to show some compassion, and to extend some grace to the people around you. Amen? Can we do that?